like they're on a road course. I'm grabbing the ocean handle, screaming till I'm hoarse.
Seriously, Colin, slow down.
There's nothing that I love more than the open road, except when you're playing bumper cars with a trucker and his heavy load. This ain't a Ferrari or a Mercedes-Benz. This ain't a Porsche or a 2-ton Ford van. It's a Kia, Tommy, lay off the gas. I-85 is an interstate that runs the entire length across several states. I'd rather not have to be scraped off any of it. There's nothing that I love more than the open road, except when you're playing bumper cars with a trucker and his heavy load.
The real Tommy, back off that car's bumper.
They say Robin's racing and I know that it's true, but I'm not a NASCAR driver and neither are you. I'd like to get there alive, Tommy. I really want to survive. There's nothing that I love more than the open road, except when you're playing bumper cars with a trucker and his heavy load. My butt is really tired, sitting in this car, listening to you cuss every driver near and far. Let me out, Tommy, I'd rather walk. There's nothing that I love more than the open road, except when you're playing bumper cars with a trucker and his heavy load.
This ain't road.
There's nothing that I love more than the open road, except when you're playing bumper cars with a trucker and his heavy load. Except when you're playing bumper cars with a trucker and his heavy load.
For real, Tommy, back off that car's bumper.
They say Robin's racing and I know that it's true, but I'm not a NASCAR driver and neither are you. I'd like to get there alive, Tommy. I really want to survive. There's nothing that I love more than the open road, except when you're playing bumper cars with a trucker and his heavy load. Except when you're playing bumper cars with a trucker and his heavy load.
For real, Tommy, back off that car's bumper.
Alright, the Saint Augustine KOA. I think this one's going to be a little different experience for us. We have the dogs. They got a cute little lake. Let's go in and check it out. It's the first time I've ever had one with a swing. Yep, pretty standard. Pretty standard. First thing we do. All right. Home for the next 3 nights. 3 days, 2 nights, I don't know. Home till Sunday. Today's Thursday. Okay. Here's the bathrooms. It's a little bit of a maze to get to them, but they're almost directly behind the cabin. You just gotta figure it out though, because it's through a lot of twists and turns. So there's 3 stalls for the shower, 3 stalls for the bathroom, full-length mirror, and then 4 sinks with mirrors that so that's the bathroom. So you see, that's where it came from. That's the bathroom. It's right off the pool. And you got ice. And then you got a laundry room. And this little creepy alleyway. There's the shop. Around and bam. And we're literally directly behind that structure there. So this is a pretty pool. This one closes pretty early. I mean, I don't see anybody out here like giving a warning or anything, but it says it closes at 7, and it's almost 7 now. But it was just me. I had it to myself, and it was really nice. A little cold, but which surprised me because it's in full sun, and it was hotter than the dickens here. But the water was a little cool, but it was really nice, very nice. Grateful that they had a pool and that I could cool down my poor feet. But yeah, super cute. Very nice KOA. Alright. So that fire is totally unnecessary because it's so hot here. But we're going to be making oysters Rockefeller and clam casino. As you saw us do when we were in Ocracoke, we're going to do it here. But we got Louisiana oysters this time. So I guess this area is not known for its oysters. Don't know. But anyway, they had Virginia oysters, Prince Edward Island oysters, and they had Louisiana. So we got the Louisiana brand. And then we got some clams to do clams casino, and we're going to do that. But they're very small, so I don't know how well they're going to casino. But that's where we're at. That's what we're fixing to do. Also, y'all see how curly my hair is? That's the humidity here. But anyway, also going to give a shout out to one of the local seafood markets here called the Fisherman's Dock. They're, I don't know if she's the manager. I don't know who she is. I don't know if she's the owner. But her name is Vanessa, and she's very awesome. She showed us how to actually tell the difference between live and dead oysters. So I went through probably about a 10-minute instructional thing today about how to do that. And then we bought a couple of oysters for dinner. So it's kind of cool to see how, because I'm relatively new to oysters. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you I knew a good oyster from a bad oyster. I really didn't. Thankfully, since we've been buying them, you know, whole and steaming them and doing the Rockefellers, I haven't gotten sick. But she showed me how to do it and how to make sure that we're safe doing it. So that air conditioner, much like our dogs, sound like they're dying, but it's not. So this is a mix of oysters Rockefeller and clams casino. And like I said, the clams are really small, so that's a clam right there. And then that would be an oyster, that's an oyster. But we got 6 of each, so about to throw this over there. And Tommy is working on some beer braised shrimp. And I don't know if I mentioned, but we're doing this in the cast iron. Alright, so we just put, well, you can't really see it, but we just put the pan on the grill thing, and we're going to let them smoke. So we put aluminum foil down, pop holes in it so the smoke will reach it. Hopefully it's good. I think it will be. So I don't know how well y'all can see those, but they're done. And then those are the beer braised shrimp we did. Alright, so that's dinner. Well, that's all done. It was all wonderful. It was freshly caught today. You can't get much better than that. So, yeah. I think it's well cleaned. So, good night.
Well, all right.
Welcome back, finally.
It's been a little bit.
Yeah, it has.
We took a trip to Saint Augustine, Florida. We stayed at the KOA.
We found out Tommy had some surprise days left. We thought he was out of vacation time, and he wasn't.
I had 3 days left, so we took a Thursday, Friday, and Saturday and went down there. The location was awesome. I mean, probably 5 minutes at the most to the beach.
Yeah,
maybe
really centrally located.
Yeah, maybe 15 minutes to Saint Augustine itself. I mean,
so what did you think of that KOA versus the other two we've stayed at in the past?
I like the KOA. Maybe there's a few things I didn't like. The main thing I didn't like was like the cabins that we're in. The parking was kind of weird. You didn't have enough room in between the cabins. Most of them you pull up front. These you kind of had to pull to the side. And the way the picnic tables were, that was one of my biggest things. Other than that,
there was no room for 2 cars.
No. If you had 2 cars, I don't really know what you would do.
If you had a big, oversized vehicle.
Yeah. Our van would have barely fit in that little parking spot. But, you know, where our picnic table was is where our neighbors pulled up. So you're sitting over there with their car in your basically in your spot.
Yeah.
That's the main thing I didn't like. Everybody there was super friendly.
Mm-hmm.
Cost of firewood was ridiculous.
Yeah, in comparison with Myrtle Beach and Hatteras.
Yeah,
definitely.
It was a little ridiculous. It was $10 a bundle for firewood. Their store wasn't as well supplied for like camping as the one in Myrtle Beach was.
You know, I absolutely forgot to go in there and film the store.
Yeah, I only went in there twice.
Yeah.
And one time was to check in, and then I got firewood. But they didn't really have a whole lot in there. But you wasn't far from the dollar store, and you wasn't far from the grocery store. So if you need anything, you was right there. So that wasn't really a big deal. But everybody was super nice. They didn't bother you. You know, KOA experience has always been great. They don't, you know, harass you or anything. They don't bother you at all. So
that's generally why not that, you know, we do anything that we need to be bothered with, but that's generally why we pick KOA is because they are very consistent across the board.
You know what you're getting. You know what to expect.
There's no surprises. Yeah, the only thing that I'll say, I thought it was a beautiful KOA. People there were great. The only thing that I'll say is that cabin was not as clean as other KOA cabins that I've stayed in. And what I mean by that was, you know, just below the front window, there were some spider eggs. I forgot to include that in here. Yeah, but there were some spider eggs in there. Now, like the bathrooms, the facilities themselves were pristine.
Yeah.
But our cabin, and I could be wrong, so if anybody knows, you feel free to correct me. I think that is the only cabin that they allow pets in.
I think there was 2.
Maybe.
I think there was 2, and it's the 2 smaller cabins. The luxury deluxe cabins, they don't allow pets in. But the next time we go to a KOA, me and Lori there, we're going to stay in a deluxe cabin.
Oh, all right.
We're going to see, because they'll have their bathroom and their shower in there.
I'm so intrigued. Yeah,
so next
I
time
love
we
that.
go, we're gonna stay in there. Cost wise, you could probably stay in a hotel cheaper if you wanted to. I mean, it might not be a great hotel. I'm just going ahead and tell you, but we know what we're getting with the KOA, and we know our dogs are welcome there, and it's like $114 a night.
That one was, but like Myrtle Beach is $80.
I just booked another KOA tonight for work, and I got it for $54 a night.
Yeah,
and it's a deluxe cabin.
So it's location based too.
Yeah.
Because this one was definitely more expensive than Myrtle Beach, even though Myrtle Beach had more in the way of kid activities, had a way nicer playground.
They've seen it. Where I rode the worm
Tommy
train.
rode the worm train. If you haven't seen that, check that out.
They do karaoke. I mean, they do all kinds of stuff with that one, but it's more family oriented than this one.
I think that one's a KOA resort in Myrtle Beach, and I don't know what the Hatteras one was. But the Hatteras one was pretty decked out. Also, they didn't do any activities, but they were pretty decked out.
Yeah,
as
they
far
had a
as
nice store. They had
amenities.
A nice playground. Another thing that I noticed with this one, I know we said we wasn't going to take this too long, that I hadn't seen any of the KOAs that we've stayed at, was all the campers spots. Not only did they have a fire pit, they also had a gas grill out there.
Yeah, that was different.
I never have seen that, but I hadn't stayed. There's over fucking 6,000. I'm sorry. There's over 6,000 of these things, I think, but I never have seen that in the 3 or 4 weeks stayed at.
No, But anyway, till next time, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know when we upload new videos, when we get to upload new videos. Till next time, bye-bye. Stay spicy.